All right, so welcome to the new Syndicate members that recently joined. This is the video that will walk you through how to get the most out of the Syndicate, how the process works here for our licensing opportunities, and for the open reviews that you're gonna get access to now as being a part of our group. We all, collectively on behalf of everybody, welcome. We're glad that you're here. And I wanna make sure that you know how to find everything and participate in everything, basically. The more you participate, the more you get out of this group, okay? So I want to make sure you don't fall asleep on us in a week and we never hear from you again, but that you actively know where to find the opportunities and the open reviews so that you're constantly being an active member of our community. Okay, it's really important to us that you do that. So as you know now, to get to us at any point in the future, you always just go to groups and click on the Syndicate. Now here's an important thing. Now that you're a member of the Syndicate, this is a private exclusive group that is not always open. Pretty much most of the content inside of Syndicate is not to be shared with the rest of the Sync Academy platform and the rest of the Sync Academy community, okay? So I need to make sure that you are aware. You're not to share the details of these licensing opportunities. You're not to share any details of any custom gigs we get. Any content that we do post here through the Syndicate, it needs to stay in the Syndicate, okay? And I'm gonna talk to you guys in this video, basically how to make sure if you're gonna post something and you want it to be just for the Syndicate, how to do that, to make sure that you're not accidentally posting something in the general area and whoops, you put something out there that you shouldn't have, okay? Because a habitual sort of, blending the lines of putting content or sharing content that's not supposed to be outside of the Syndicate in the general members area, I will remove you from the Syndicate, okay? If it shows that you're gonna be a liability for us, that you're like leaking basically a lot of the content or leaking a lot of the confidential stuff, because a lot of the opportunities we get include confidential assets from our music library partners, music supervisors, that kind of thing. I gotta make sure that we have trust with our partners, and that means I have to trust you guys to make sure that you're going to be abiding by that, okay? So just be conscious of that. I'll show you in this video how to do that. But first of all, I know you guys are probably really curious. Let me move my video out of the way here. You're probably really wondering, where do you find the opportunities? Where do you find the open reviews? All that stuff. So when you're in the Syndicate, you'll obviously notice that everything turns red. That's how you know you're in the Syndicate. So anything you post while the top of your screen is red or the top of your phone app is red is actually going to be posting into the Syndicate. Okay, so that's one way to make sure that if you're going to be talking about something like that we're working on, an opportunity, anything like that, make sure the top of your screen shows red. That means that you're in the Syndicate and anything you post here will stay within the group, okay? Now, what you'll see is as you scroll down, there are these featured posts, okay? And right now we have 2 licensing opportunities going on. This is where you will find either licensing opportunities that we have available at the moment, or you'll find an open review opportunity where you can post that one track for me and I will go ahead and review it, okay? So if you ever want to, discover what's going on, what tracks you can basically start creating for some of these opportunities, you just click on one of them, okay? So you click on this one and up pops my opportunity. It's a little bit cut off here, but I will have an instructional video. All opportunities that we have will have an instructional video, something that'll basically walk you through reference tracks, walk you through the particular opportunities that sort of get you better prepared to make sure that you're producing the right kinds of music that can have the best chances of getting accepted onto the album. Usually our albums are 10 to 12 tracks. Sometimes they can be 24 depending on, the opportunity. And all the terms will be outlined in these posts. You can learn all about the terms of what the consideration fee is going to be paid, the writer share, the publisher share, sync fees, anything that's going to be included is all going to be outlined in the opportunities here. You need to read all of this and make sure that you are comfortable with these terms, that you agree to them before you submit, okay? Do not take the time and submit a bunch of music and then later read the terms and go, you know what, I don't like those terms. I don't think I want to do this. Well, you wasted everybody's time, okay? So make sure you do watch the videos, always watch the videos and read through all the terms. The feedback process is fairly simple. I basically give you an A, B, or C when you submit. If it's an A, I've accepted your track, actually. I think it's great and I want to put it on the album and submit it to our partner. I might ask you for a couple of small little changes, but generally it's a go. I think it's a really strong track. B means that I will accept a revision, like a new submission, basically. I'll tell you what you need to change in your track to try it again, and then you can post a new version of it as a new comment. Make sure you always post it as a new comment at the very bottom of the thread. Don't post it underneath your original one, because that gets lost sometimes and I don't see that. So make sure you post it as a brand new comment and you need to post all the changes that you made. So list out literally, if I told you to change 3 things, tell me how you changed those 3 things. I'm reviewing a lot of music and a lot of member stuff. It helps me stay organized, and it also makes sure that I understand that you are taking my feedback seriously. Again, I only want to mentor those that want to take this seriously. So please do me that one small service to keep me organized and let me know that you're taking this seriously, and I'll be very happy to review your revision. If it's gotten fairly close, like close to the point where I think it can get accepted, I'll give you maybe 1 or 2 notes and have you go on. If it's great, I'll just give you that A and you're on. If it's still kind of far out there, I'm going to give you a C. C is the next rating that I give, and that just means that I just won't accept your track. It's too far off. It didn't hit the mark, and I'll tell you what it is about your track that just wasn't working. A lot of times it's you weren't following the reference tracks enough. You didn't really fit into the pocket of the genre or the emotion or the sound that we were really going for, or sometimes the era, right? If it's a 50s opportunity like we're doing now, if your track kind of doesn't feel like a 50s track, then I'll talk to you about that. So just make sure that you are absolutely clear on all this kind of stuff before you submit. And we do have now, every opportunity is a little bit different. For most of my opportunities, you're going to see you're going to be allowed to submit up to 3 tracks, okay? And usually it's going to be 2 to 3 minutes, so that means 2 minutes minimum. It has to be at least 2 minutes. 3 minutes maximum, nothing over 3. And literally, I mean that if it's 3 minutes and 1 second, I will just reject your track automatically. And that's a good thing for me to mention. If you don't follow any of these very basic guidelines when you submit your track, like you don't have the right minimum, something else that basically it's like, well, that could have been a clear thing that you could have seen or read in the opportunity, but you didn't do that. I won't even review the track. I'll just give you a C. That's because I want you guys to have a consequence for not following directions. Again, I talked about that in my previous video when you guys were learning about getting into the syndicate. Following instructions is so important in this business. So you're going to face a consequence if you don't follow directions, okay? And again, if we have open reviews, this is where you'll find that, and that's where you can post your track. And I basically, once we have about 5 or 6 tracks that are up there, I go ahead and do a review video of everybody's tracks at that point, and then we wait for another 5 or 6 to get uploaded, and then I do it again, okay? Now the Sync Business Master Course, I talked to you guys about that, how you get access to that. That's also up here in the featured post, so you just click on here. And if you want to get the digital downloads, it's actually in this Dropbox link right here. You can actually click this Dropbox link at the very top. And if you want to watch the videos, they're all listed as comments, actually right below. Video 1, it used to be week 1 through week 8, but now it's just video 1 through video 8. This has all been updated for 2019. This is new information. Definitely go through and watch these videos. They're long. Some of them are 30 minutes. Sometimes they're even an hour. So it can take a little while to get through all these, but this is really important in-depth business training stuff that you guys should be aware of. So definitely take the time at some point and go through these maybe one at a time. Also, every review that I've ever done for all of the open reviews from basically last month and previously since we started the syndicate are all available online for all of you to watch. And some of you current members probably don't even know that this is here, but this is my review playlist. When you click on this, you're going to get access to, if I can see this, every single playlist that I've ever, or every single review video that I've ever done for the syndicate. This is hours and hours and hours of me listening to members' music and giving detailed feedback on it, okay? So there's no reason why you should be just waiting for, oh, I have to wait for the next opportunity before I really learn something about how to improve my music. All of these reviews are available for only syndicate members. Again, this is one of those things where you need to keep this in the syndicate. Do not share these videos publicly. These are only for you guys here. But make sure you do go through those and watch some of them. You're going to learn it. There's a lot of members that probably produce similar music to you, and you'll notice some similarities and realize, oh, that's some great feedback for me to have for my music, right? So don't sit on these resources. And that's why, again, there's a lot of stuff for you guys to dive into. There's a lot of cool things, but if you don't participate, you don't get any benefit of any of this stuff. So make sure you do watch these videos and enjoy. And then if we ever have basically private or exclusive video content, like I will be releasing here in the next week or two, some interviews from some industry insiders that it's not available to anybody in Sync Academy. That's also something you need to make sure that when I post it, you don't share it. You don't kind of go into the Sync Academy and talk about it. It's something that needs to be staying here. So the other thing you need to be aware of is that, let's say you're in the regular Sync Academy and you want to say something, but you're not sure if it's going to be showing up in Sync Academy or the Syndicate or anything like that. So we're going to say something like, hey guys, let's see, I forgot which way you do that. Oh, there you go. So posting to. So on the very top right here, you can see posting to. You can actually post it to the group from within here. So if you did this, now you're actually posting it directly to the Syndicate, which is the closed group, okay? This is why it's really important to know what you're doing, where you're doing it here in Sync Academy. So this can be tricky because sometimes people forget to do this and then they're posting things where they shouldn't be. So the safer way to do it, if you go to groups, go to the Syndicate, and again, what happens at the top, it'll turn red. That way, when you post now, you're in the Syndicate posting directly to the Syndicate, okay? But you will see updates and you will see posts from the Syndicate on your main feed here. So when you just come to Sync Academy, the general area, you will see Syndicate stuff that other people won't because you're a member now. So you're gonna see the opportunities, you're gonna see anything that I talk about just to the Syndicate. So if you comment on one of those that's showing up here and it's one of my Syndicate posts, it will stay in the Syndicate. You don't have to worry about that. I'm just talking about when you post something original, like you actually create a post or a comment or a picture, something like that. That's when you need to be aware of this kind of stuff. Okay, guys? So thank you so much. I'm really glad to have you guys here in the Syndicate. If you have any questions, you guys can post below on this video. Introduce yourself. I do think that, just kind of saying hi to the community, maybe showing some of your music and just kind of letting us know a little bit about who you are. It's a good way to sort of plug in. Again, trying to build relationships and collaborate with other people is what this is all about. Okay, so the more that you're active, the more that you talk, the more that you really share about yourself, the more that other people can get to know you and plug into what you're doing. Okay, so it's a really important thing to do. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching and welcome to the group. I know it's going to be a really powerful experience for all of you.